We regret to inform you all that Jeff Carter of the LA Kings died at 10:06 this evening due to a severe brain hemorrhage caused after slipping on the ice during a fight at tonight's game with our captain, Ryan Getzlaf. We extend our sincerest condolences to Carter's loved ones and are willing to provide any assistance they may require in the wake of this tragic accident. Fortunately, no other athletes were injured, and we intend to keep it as such by conducting a thorough investigation of NHL fighting to determine if stricter regulations would prevent future accidents. We are committed to prioritizing the safety of the athletes and refuse to lose another. Hello everyone, and welcome to your brief training on how to bridge in the media. When used properly, bridging allows an interviewee to claim control of an interview by seamlessly transitioning from the negative aspects of a crisis to the positive, central messages that the affected organization wants to communicate. Interviewers will naturally want to focus on the unfavorable because scandal sells, especially in crises like these where an athlete has unfortunately died in a tragic accident under the league's supervision. However, it is of the utmost importance to utilize bridging techniques in order to contain the scope of this crisis, to disseminate consistent communication, and to preserve the Anaheim Ducks' reputation. First and foremost, it is critical to memorize several bridging statements prior to an interview that will allow you to most naturally change the subject. And since interviewers will most likely rephrase the same controversial question in 3 different ways to encourage a desired response, it is essential to memorize at least 3 different statements. Some examples are, "The heart of the matter is really blank," or, "In this context, it is critical that I note blank," or, "I think it would be more correct to say blank." Each of these statements should be followed by key messages that we, as an organization, have decided to communicate during this crisis. Second, we should always be working toward appealing to our target audience. In this case, one target segment is families of athletes who have not yet been affected by a crisis of this nature. Therefore, it would be wise to state, "If you are a close relative of an NHL athlete, we understand that their safety and well-being is your top priority." And then follow this statement with the message that details the Ducks' plan to enhance safety. It can also be strategic to include a short, personal anecdote to appeal to the audience and to humanize the franchise. For example, when addressing the media, our CEO may talk about how he and his brothers used to play fight and get hurt on the ice as kids in order to communicate our message that, although fighting is integral to hockey's culture, safety should always be the #1 priority. Because stories like these are intriguing to people watching, interviewers will most likely allow them to a certain extent. Lastly, it is important to actually address the question. While the purpose of bridging is to reverse the interview into a position that is favorable for the Ducks and to essentially change the subject, it is crucial that we acknowledge the question. Even if we are unable to answer, we must say so and state why. This will establish the perception that our franchise is willing to cooperate and remain transparent during this difficult time, which will, in turn, maintain our credibility. If you have any questions about the information that was covered in this brief training session, please feel free to email or call me. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.